Colorado football is 4-5 on the season. They lost 3 straight. They lost to Stanford in overtime, UCLA, Oregon State. Upcoming games, host Arizona, at Washington State, and then at Utah. And the head coach of the Buffs, Deion Sanders, joining us on behalf of California Almonds. Almonds help with exercise recovery, and you can stay in your prime. Coach Prime never takes a day off, which is why he eats almonds daily to be smart about his recovery. Deion joining us. Deion, thanks for joining us. How long does a loss stay with you?
Oh, my God. That's the way to come right out the gate swinging, Dan. I wouldn't expect anything less. That's why I love you. That's why I love you. They don't leave. They have their own little places of solitary confinement, and they don't leave. They don't. You got to understand, Dan. The reason it's so tough for me, we hadn't lost a regular season game in 2 years at Jackson. And before that, it was like 3 or 4 straight state titles in high school. So this is mentally, it's not an easy ride. But you know what you signed up for.
But it is a roller coaster ride. Where do you think you are on that roller coaster ride?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because I just happen to have several statistics that I showed our team this morning. Defensive overview. We have 18 turnovers. That's tied for 4th in the country. We have 8 fumbles recovered. That's tied for 4th in the country. We have 10 interceptions. That's tied for 7th in the country. 23 sacks. That's tied for 12th in the country. 36% stop rate in the end zone. That's tied for 4th in the country. And compared to 2022, they only had 9 sacks in the whole season, and we have 23 now. And offensively, is some of the same thing. Like 2022, this offense averaged 14.8 points per game. Now we're averaging 30.7. Passing, they had 1,700 yards, 8 TDs, 8 interceptions. Of course, Shador, 24 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Averaging 320 yards a game. Rushing, we're like luster. We're not doing anything. But sometimes you got to show these young men, as well as the coaches in the locker room, you got to show them that I understand we're not where we want to be, but we're trending in the right direction. It's a tremendous amount of progress. And the best thing about everything, Dan, is we got our butts kicked once. Oregon kicked that flat out butts. It was no win when we got out the darn plane. It was 30-0 on the scoreboard. That's what we saw. But every other game, we've had an opportunity to win. And we came up short because we don't know how to win, and we don't have the personnel yet that we need to be who we desire to be. But we've had opportunities, great opportunities.
How frustrating is it when you played, you could control part of this?
Right.
When you coach, you got control, but not player control.
You are really good. How many years is that for you?
40.
That's a great question. Because that's tough. And everybody says, are you nervous before the game? No, I ain't playing. I wish I could have some type of, so I am living vicariously to 2 guys out there. One plays safety and one plays quarterback. So I'm living vicariously to those guys with Sanders on the back of their jerseys. But you're exactly right. You can't control it. Things you want to do, things you want to see, things that you know that's going to happen. You wish to God that you had some kind of, shoot, I wish it was like an electric football set that you could just move them in and hit the button. But we don't have that autonomy to do so.
Most parents watch their kids and they're nervous. They're rooting. They're in the stands. You're watching your kids, but you're coaching your kids. How different?
Not at all. It's all I know. I don't know no other way. Shiloh went to South Carolina, so he got from up under the umbrella for a minute, for a year and a half. Shador, only time he ever played without me was when I was in the hospital with these blood clots in Jackson. So he's really never played without me in his life. So we don't know no other way. That's normalcy for us from the time they were coming out the cradle able to play until now. And I love it. We love it.
How long do you celebrate a win?
Right when the last second ticks off the clock, I'm on to the next.
Oh, so you don't savor a victory?
No, I can't, because I'm so, it's like, shoot, David defeated Goliath. All right, what's next? Like, let's go. I don't have time to sit up there. I don't. I've never been like that in the NFL, college football. Now coaching, I've never been like that. It's I'm ready to go to the next. I'm a man of challenges. I love challenges, man. I love challenges. So after we've conquered, I'm on to the next. Now, when we get conquered, that lingers with you. Like we started off with that stays with you because now you're trying to think about, okay, I should have did this, I could have did that, I could have did that, I should have did that. You're thinking about the idas.
What have you learned about yourself this year?
I need to involve patience with some aspects of coaching in regards to I want to win right now, and I know we can because I can see it, but I do know where we come up short, and I know the inconsistencies that we have, and sometimes you try to mask it with certain things, but you know deep down what you need. And with me, man, I'm open book. You know, I've been shooting you straight ever since we met. So when I'm sitting in your seat on the couch there, I'm going to always be honest. And sometimes when you're honest, you're too honest for media, and they can't handle it. Everybody's not as poised as you. They don't see, they can't see through the smoke. But when I'm telling them the truth, you know, they think it's a lie. Or when I'm telling them really how I am or how I feel, they think more of it. And it's instead of just saying, man, shoot, he's being forthright, he's being straight up. But sometimes they're not used to that kind of honesty.
And I will tell you this, that I said this when the season started, that I thought you were probably 7 to 10 players away, that you had top end talent. You didn't have the military on the ground. You needed an army. You had some generals. And then you beat TCU. And then I think everybody, like, it sped up the process. So now you're kind of saying, hey, did you set the expectation level maybe too high too soon?
No, because I've always been forthright and said, okay, slow down. We're not where we're going to be. See, they thought I was going to change. No, I'm not going to change. I'm the same guy when I lost. I'm the same guy. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm leading. I'm telling you the truth, telling you what's up. But I've also said, even the first time we got our butts kicked, I said, hey guys, you better get me now. We about 8 to 10 guys away. Get me now. And I was being honest. Get your licks now because I know where we're going. I know where we're headed because I can see. I'm at every practice. Shoot, I know these kids. I talk to them. I meet with them. I counsel them. I love them. And I know their shortcomings and I know where they're strong and I know where they're weak, as well as the coaching staff. Like I know these men that we've gathered together to call coaches. I know what we have in house.
While we're being honest, I critiqued you when you came in and you got rid of those kids at Colorado. But the video, and I don't mind that you do it because it's a business, but the video went viral and I felt bad for those kids. So just wanted to.
I don't know. I don't know why. Well, let me tell you this, because this is something you may not know. Maybe 20 kids we may have sat down with and said, you know, we may head in a different direction. I don't know if this is going to work out. Everybody else quit, man. They quit. Like you can't hold me responsible. And some guys you attributed to us, they weren't even on the roster. I remember one kid made a big deal out of he couldn't get his film. We wasn't here. For the walk-on tape that you wanted, we weren't even here. We weren't even a part of the program.
Wait, why would they quit your program?
Because when you see, if I go out there and I see Jordan and the Dream Team practicing, and I'm sitting up there saying, I don't know if this is going to work out for me. I don't know if I'm going to play. I don't know if I could play for, God bless the late, great Bob Knight. He's a little too animated and forthcoming. I don't know if I could do that. And they want to play football. So now kids don't tough it out. They shut it down. That's why we created the portal, isn't it? So they could get another option to go and do what they really want to do and play like they desire to play. So that happened. We had kids, when we had the during spring game, everybody but 3 defensive linemen quit that week of. Like it was going to hurt us. And we're like, so I mean that's truly what happened. So we got accredited for a lot of kids that we shouldn't have got accredited for.
He's Deion. He's Deion Sanders joining us on behalf of California Almonds. Coach Prime never takes a day off, which is why he eats almonds daily to be smart about his recovery. What makes for a good pitch man?
Honesty, sincerity, passion. Honesty, sincerity, passion. Like, I really eat almonds. Like, I really eat KFC. Some of the things I endorse, I really do. It's not just, hey, let me line myself up with this company. No, I really do this stuff. So the authenticity, I think you can see it bleed through the TV or when it doesn't, you can say, hey, man, hey, come on, man, be for real.
Who do you think's
So
the best pitch man? Have you taken any advice, or you watch somebody and say, "Oh, you know what? I'm going to sell something like that"?
no, I haven't, because we've been at this for a long time. It's sort of like this is the third quarter of life. You had, when I first came out of college, you had prime time, then you went to prime. Now it's coach prime. This is like the third quarter. Like, we're still going and we winning.
How would you have done an NIL?
Oh my God. That would have been spectacular, because people get misconstrued with NILs and collectives. Most people are boasting with collectives when alumni put a bunch of money in the pot and give to the kids. You only see maybe several kids in the whole country with NIL deals. I mean, that's the truth, that they're endorsable. It's hard for a business or CEO to say, I'm going to put this much money on a kid. We don't know if the kid drank, smokes. We don't know what he's going to get into with his girlfriend. You don't know. You really want to take that risk as a CEO? So you want to let that kid get into college and develop a little bit first, so you really get to know him a bit. So that's an NIL. And we just happen to have two of the lead NIL earners in college football with Travis Hunter and Shador.
What car would you have been driving at Florida State?
I probably had a driver. Let's just get this straight.
You'd had a chauffeur?
Yeah. Let's get this straight. I'd had a driver. Yeah. So let's make sure we get that straight. I'd had a driver for sure.
You love your goals. You have goals. You have goals that you set. But is the NFL a goal eventually in your life?
Coaching?
Yeah.
No, not whatsoever. I don't think I'm built for the NFL. I don't think, because I appreciate the game so much, and I respect the game so much, of what the game has consistently done for me for a multitude of years, that when I see a guy getting paid millions and millions of dollars and he has no respect for the game, does not want to excel and exceed expectations in the game, I'm going to have a true problem. So I'm the kind of coach that would go out there with 53 and come back after halftime with about 32. Because I can't do it. Like, I'm too brutally honest, and I want to win that much. And I need everybody that respects the game. And oftentimes money clouds that judgment. That is happening in college football. Money clouds that love and that passion for the game.
What if it's a package deal with you and Shador?
Don't forget Shiloh, by the way. Don't forget Shiloh.
Eventually he's coming.
No, they're going to come out the same year, next year.
Okay.
They better not try to leave Daddy this year, by the way. I don't know. I haven't thought, man, I'm trying to win a game. I'm not thinking down the street that far. I haven't thought like that. That's a great thought process, though.
What was going through your mind when you're in hospital having surgery?
Thank you, Lord. It's hard to fathom, but I'm serious, Dan. It was thank you, Lord, that you chose me, because I don't know a lot of people that can deal with this. I think I had 9 surgeries in a matter of days. Like it was cut and dried. If I'm gonna make it, then okay. If I'm gonna have my leg, okay, and now if I'm gonna have my foot. So all those different things was going through your mind, and you want to make sure, okay, did I give enough love to my kids, or to my mother and my sister? Like you think about all those different things.
I just remember when you showed us your toes, when we were in Houston and you took off your sock.
Yeah, that's when I had all of them.
That was tough having lunch that day after seeing that. That was tough. I was like, I don't know what we had for lunch, but it reminded me of your foot. And I go, man. That was
Yeah.
nasty.
But it's so funny that, the blood clots, it was hereditary. And just sometimes I look down now and like, hey, Lord, thank you. Like, I never said, why me? Never questioned God, never questioned the path, never anything. I knew it was going to be something tremendous on the other end, and now I'm living it.
Okay,
Now
but
I'm living
how fast could you run the 40 right now?
I could beat probably 3/4 of my friends running.
and they have all their toes.
They have all.
Hey, great to connect with you again. Good luck the rest of the season here. Thanks for joining us.
You.
All right.
And how long has it been? Because you're a legend, man.
I've been doing it 40 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 40 years.
That is awesome.
But, I set out to have a long shelf life. I wanted to make sure I did it right and continue to do it that way.
Well, I appreciate that distinguished voice and your honesty, your integrity, just how you've always treated me, man. I got love for you, man. You're a good dude.
Thank you, Deion.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
That's Deion Sanders joining us on behalf of California Almonds. Coach Prime never takes a day off, which is why he eats almonds daily to be smart about his recovery.